Hello, Cancer. There's a full moon in Virgo on the 5th. And there's a new moon in Pisces on the 20th. And on the same day, simultaneously, there is a total solar eclipse visible from Europe, also in Pisces. And this type of totality won't happen again in this manner until 2026. It's going to be a lot of energy flying around. So let's see how your ruling planet of the moon affects you this month, Cancer. I'm Pastor Rosemary, and thank you for joining us. This is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Cancer angel Muriel, who resides over your cardinal water nature. And these are his messages for you in love, money, and health. First, the love transmission. Because of this full moon on the 5th in Virgo, you're going to find that there's going to be a tendency to overanalyze love, especially for you, Cancer, because, again, you're ruled by the moon. So this full moon in Virgo is going to really lighten up that portion of the brain. And you're going to want to figure out what's going on in love. You're going to want to analyze it. You're going to want to put bullet points. You're going to want to try to make pie charts and graphs and figure out exactly what's going on with the pointer and all of that. PowerPoint. You're going to want to utilize all of the scientific and psychological tools available to figure out just why and how people fall in love. And of course, it has to do with hormones, and of course, it has to do with brain chemistry, and of course, it has to do with behavior modification. And by the time you get done with all that, you're really not sure whether the person's in love with you or they're just reacting to various forms of stimuli. Because that's all people do, is react to forms of stimuli, right? So you want to know if you're really getting their heart. Free will or not. This is the problem. Because you can do all that and you can get people to behave in a certain way. But when that's accomplished, is that really going to make you feel what you're looking for, which is loved? Or special, or appreciated? Probably not. And the reason is because when someone else reacts to that type of stimuli and they quote-unquote fall in love, what happens is they sort of sit there dreamy-eyed and they've become that way due to enormous amounts of feeling neglected or abused. I didn't say they were neglected and abused. I said they feel that way. And when that happens, they're going to shy away from you because they don't know what to do. And nothing they do works. And at one point, they give up. And when they've given up, that's when they're actually in love. And they sort of sit back and lick their wounds. And at that point, you have no idea that they even care about you because they're not going to contact you. And they're not going to fawn over you or dote over you because they've been trained to give you space. So you understand that you won't feel the love coming from all your adoring entourage unless you understand that point. So, there's an old saying that it's lonely at the top, and that's true. It's very lonely at the top. It's most helpful to be, if you want to be, sort of feel that you're in the grand scheme of things and feel that you're falling in love, which might be better than actually being in love, that's sort of in the middle of the pyramid, if you will, where you're one of the ones in love with somebody, and then you're part of the great unwashed masses, and you're part of the whole falling in love routine. However, if you want to be efficient, and you want to be someone who's completely participating in life, then you're not even involved in the pyramid scheme, then you're not on the top, nor are you in the bottom, nor are you in the middle of the pyramid. You're outside. You haven't gone into the pyramid. You're outside and you're living life in a way where you're having drama. So it's up to you what part of all this you want to play, or you could just be the all-seeing eye, the watcher, the solar deity that sits on top and just looks at it all. The capstone. Because the person standing on top of the capstone has got to be the one that pulls down the solar energy and is able to see what everybody's doing. And so, being able to see what everybody's doing is the point. To be able to understand and have access to what everybody's doing. However, what goes on with that is people are giving this all-seeing eye only what they want it to see. It's like a bunch of sycophantic yes men. You understand. Because in reality, nobody really has to pry into other people's business. All they have to say is, I can hear everything you're doing. And then you behave accordingly. Or they just say, I can see everything you're doing, even if they can't. And most of the time they can't see or hear what you're doing. But because they've said that, then you're going to A, watch what you do, and B, you're going to present only your best foot forward. And they know that. And that's not such a bad thing, because then at least you get your best foot presented forward. So just understand that, and that'll clear up a lot of these issues for you. Because what is love but manipulation of emotion? It really has nothing to do with any kind of commitment or actually being efficient or actually living real life. That's a different kind of love. And that's the kind of love that is tedious and takes work on the part of everybody involved. You understand? All right. Now, if you want luck in love and commitment as well, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. The day that you want to make sure that you're wearing some form of green. You want to wear green and, or wear your green emeralds if you want the luck of the Irish to hit you on St. Paddy's Day. And that'll be good. Especially because Venus is in Aries on the 17th. Venus is in Aries. So you want to possibly use emeralds and rubies. And you want to maybe wear red and green. But just make sure you're wearing some form of green if you want to be lucky. Okay. Money. When it comes to money, there's financial abundance in career rather than jobs. So looking for a career in March is more important for you, Cancer. Looking for a career, not so much looking for a job. That's very important in March of 2015. Financial planners are going to be important in March of 2015. They'll be able to help you go ahead and plan out your future. It'll be important for you. It'll make you feel better. Because the Ides of March are on the 15th. And that's when the underlings, especially in financial matters, when it comes to you, Cancer, are going to try to usurp your throne. They're going to want to take you down. And underlings, be they children, or just people that you consider subordinates, or people that you consider are working for you, they are going to try to then flip that pyramid around and have you be their subordinate, you be their underling, and they've gotten smart. And guess what? They learned from you, and they're going to use it against you. Now, you taught them, but they're not going to use it against the people that you think are your enemies. They're going to use it against you. Again, we're talking about finances. They're going to use it against you financially. All right? Now, the new moon in Pisces and the total solar eclipse in Pisces on the 20th is going to cause you to feel that no matter what you put your money into or your effort into financially, that what's happening is sort of you might feel like it's a bit of a bottomless pit. That no matter what you put in, it just keeps sucking your money and you never get anything back. This is how you feel. That's because of these aspects of the total solar eclipse in Pisces and the new moon in Pisces on the 20th. So understand that. All things pass. Nothing's permanent. Not even death. You just understand that. And you'll understand what's going on with your money. On health matters, Muriel's health transmission for you, Cancer. There is going to be this month, due to the total solar eclipse in Pisces, and also the tendency to overthink things with the full moon in Virgo on the 5th, and this new moon in Pisces, there's going to be a tendency to overstimulate chi. And the overstimulation of chi is going to go into the heart chakra and into the feet. It's going to cause people to want to do too much, perhaps, aerobic exercise as opposed to anaerobic exercise. And this overstimulation could also, because of the full moon in Virgo, affect the stomach and the upper abdomen. And again, it's going to cause people to want to do too much aerobics. Maybe run too much, run too far, too many aerobic exercises. That will break down the anaerobic tissue if you've built up muscle. So you don't want to overdo the aerobics. Not this month, not in March. You don't want to send too much chi or ki to the stomach or to the feet. So what you want to do is allow reflexology of the feet in order to properly distribute the chi or ki to the various meridians and organs of the body, so that there's not overstimulation in one area or too little chi going to other areas. Because, of course, when these things happen, like these eclipses and that kind of thing, there's a lot of pulling and sending of energy to areas that are just, overstimulated. So people say, we've had people say, oh, I'm going to just heal you, and then they get a kind of a maniacal look, kind of a diabolical, maniacal look in their eyes. Yeah, I'm healing, and it gets very, it can get almost to the point where it begins to harm the person. You understand. And people are doing this, and I think it's cute and funny. They also think, and they're not really being serious, I think it's cute and funny to be able to hurt people. They're not really trying to help people, not everybody. Some people are, some people aren't. So just be aware of that. There's even been some silly people in social media saying, die well or die safely. You understand. People are being facetious, mischievous, diabolical. They think it's funny and cute. And understand that these are sort of the little leprechaun energies and the little menehune energies, the little fairy energies that are coming up that's in all of us. Again, there's no such thing as an external enemy. So, understand these are little parts of ourselves that are appropriate for this season. And be careful when you go out to clubs that people are going to be putting things in your drink. No matter what your drink is. Get things in bottles, or make sure you keep your hand over your drink when you go out to nightclubs, and don't trust your dates, not in March, because they might put something in your drink. It's a month to be careful of date rape. That's in your health, because that is a health issue. That's a public health issue. So be careful of that in March. All right, for you, Cancer. All right. Now we're going to just give you some of the aspects and the facets for the moon in March 2015. We have on the 3rd of March, we have the moon conjunct Jupiter. On the 4th, the moon is square Saturn. On the 5th, the full moon in Virgo. On the 8th, the moon is square Pluto. On the 13th, Luna trine Venus. The 13th lunar trine Venus is helpful for you in finance. On the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day again, Venus is in Aries, while your emeralds and your rubies, your green and your red. On the 20th, a new moon in Pisces and a total solar eclipse in Pisces on the 20th as well. The totality visible in Europe. This kind of thing won't happen again until 2026. Okay, Cancer, thank you for joining us. This is Pastor Rosemary, and join us again next month.